Hi, this is Aaron here from Data Water. Today it's my very first blog talking about PowerApps and how it can be integrated into Power BI. First, before we get started, I just want to introduce myself. My background is in database with SQL Server, and I'm a Microsoft certified professional. And also, my area of expertise is around business intelligence and also using Power BI to visualize data. Yep, let's get started. First, I think we need to start by using PowerApps. So if you haven't, you need to download PowerApps, the application, so you can start developing applications that you can save data into a database. This is what we're going to do today. And also the database needs to be in SQL Server. So you can install a version of SQL Server on your computer, either the Express version or whatever, or a developer version. So I've got my database here. What I'm gonna do is create a database for storing my sneakers that I want to sell. One of my hobby is that I like to collect sneakers and sell them. So mostly the sneakers that I have are Jordans, but there are also Nikes and Adidas. So let's first create a database to store the data. Let's call this sneaker app DB. It's always good to use a good naming convention like this. Capital letters for each word. Okay. Yep, looks fine. And then just okay. That will create your database. And now you need to create a table. Okay. What I'm going to do is just create a table without index, just to show you what happens if you don't create a table correctly, and PowerApps won't save data into the backend, which is the database. So I'm going to first show you this is the wrong way to do it. So if something like this happens to you, then you can figure out how you can fix this issue. I had this problem before, so that's why I'm trying to explain it so that you don't make the same mistake. Yep, let's make some fields that I want to sell. So I would say brand name, data type, 255 maybe, and let's see colorway is usually the color of the shoes. Way 255, and also let's see price, and also have a recommended retail price. Let's change this to the right data type, money, and money. Alright. And yep, okay, cool. And we also want, this is just a simple application, so I'm gonna have the shoe size as well. Let's have that as maybe it's a float. Actually, we should have it as a numeric. Four, two. Alright. Let's save that. Let's call this sneaker, this table name. Okay, right. Let's close this and let's see if that table has been saved in there. Looks like that. It is in there now. Let's select, make sure it's connected as well. And then now you select your database name. You put select star from dbo.sneaker. Should put that lowercase. It doesn't really matter, but it's just for consistency. You can see that is to keep the same sort of format as your table name for your schema name. By the way, DBO stands for database owner, so that's the standard name that comes with any tables you create in SQL Server. Looks like we don't have any data there now, so it's a fresh blank canvas to store your data. Okay, cool. So let's launch PowerApps. So now we got PowerApps here. So normally you can click the sign up free button and then just enter your email account, and it could help you get started. But you need to enter your work or school account, not your personal account, for the PowerApps. Yep. And then I will sign in. Then you enter password. Okay, so this takes you to the studio, development studio or development environment to create your apps. Okay, I'm based in New Zealand, so New Zealand's on the southern hemisphere next to Australia. Yep, let's select New Zealand. Okay, and start my trial. Okay, right. Let's what you do is you can see that you have different menus on the side, on the left side. Yep, and yep. Let's just keep it simple. I won't discuss too much about these for now, but let's just talk about creating your first app, Power App. So we just start from blank canvas. Make this app. And then it will launch a new screen. Oh, and also, by the way, you need to, before you can connect to your data source, if it's on local server or on your on the cloud, I mean whether it's on your local machine or on a server, you need to install a gateway. This allows you to connect to the data source, so we need to do that as well. So we need to find the Power BI gateway. And we need to download this. Download gateway, yep. And you can see it will be downloading now, and you need to install it. Let's click on install. Okay, make sure you read the instructions before just click next. Don't just click next without looking at these instructions. A gateway acts as a bridge between our on-premise data, not including the cloud, and Power BI and Power Apps and Logic Apps and Microsoft Flow. So you can use these three or four different applications and link them together. Gateway should be installed on a computer that is always on. So either on a server or a machine that's always on. If it's turned off, then the gateway will not be active. That means it will not work. Okay, let's click next. So the laptop I'm using at the moment is a Aero 15X. It's a newly gaming laptop. It's very good. I used to have a slow machine, so I've recently upgraded to this one. So I'm very, very excited and happy to try it out and use it. While it's installing, yeah. So if you have any questions or any feedback about this blog video about PowerApps, let me know in the comments below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, let's wait for this. It's almost done. 20 more seconds. Yep. It shouldn't take too long. So once that's downloaded, you just need to install it. Okay. So there is a gateway works best when it is installed on the computer as always on and on. So it's just a reminder that it has to be on and also perform more slowly on a wireless network. So make sure it's not on a wireless network. If it's on a wireless network, it just means it's gonna be slower. If you have a fiber network that you can use to connect to directly, then it might be a bit faster. Let's click next. So make sure you understand the terms and conditions. We're gonna just take that and click yes. And this is the file path it's gonna save to. Don't worry, just click install. And it's gonna take a few moments to install the gateway, and then we'll have some options to you for you to set up. Let's see if everything's gonna be working. So let's click on data source, and you add data source here, new connection, and the one that you want to use is SQL Server. See if it's down here. It should be on the S. Yep, so there it is, SQL Server. You need to Yep, looks like we're back in business. So if I managed to create a connection, a gateway. So it's connect. Have a connection, just connect sneaker. So yep, so creating a data source, you click new data source. You click new connection, and then you've removed the step. Go to SQL Server. You put in your username and password, which is the username and password that's inside your security, and under login you need to create a username and password. And don't worry about it, I will go over this step in another tutorial. The links will be posted below, but right now we just want to set up the connection. So select this using the gateway, and then we want to use the server name. So you can get from here, you can copy in here, and sneaker app db, and then we are using a basic login and then the password, and this is the password you set up when you created your credentials in SQL Server, and then create. Alright, and then select the table that you want to connect to. In our case, it's a sneaker. Remove. Yep, okay, now we got this data source. It's okay, let's see we can edit this data. There's nothing there. So this is the problem I was talking about. Why is it not showing the data? It's because you need to put an index. Okay, see if adding an index will help. Let's just make this a better name. Let's see, sneaker edit screen. Okay, we're gonna also add some buttons as well to save data. Let's go insert buttons. Paste. Oops. Yeah, so copy and paste is Control C, and paste is Control V. Let's press OK, change the name of the button, save, and this button is for cancel, right? Cancel for exiting out. Let's change the colors of these buttons to make it more appealing. Green for save, cancel maybe red. Okay, here we go. Alright, you can see that right now there's still no data display. So why there's no data display? The issue is that you need to add an index to your table. So that's where you need to add a primary key for each table. For this, in this case, we need to add the sneaker ID. Okay, we can just go to designer mode and then insert primary key. Oops, no, primary key, insert column, and let's just call a sneaker ID. And data type int. Shouldn't allow nulls, and you need to set it as a primary key. And there is another thing that it's always good practice to implement for identity. When you set it as identity, it will auto increment by 1, so we'll start from 1, the next row of data will be 2, the third row will be 3, 4, 5. It will always increase. The ID will always increase by 1 for every new row added into the database, and save that. Okay, if you do have if you get a warning for creating a new table, you'd saying that you need to drop the table before creating again, you just need to go to options, go to designer, and on the designer just uncheck prevent saving changes that require table recreation, and that should remove that warning screen. So exit out of that. Now let's check this. Yep, looks like it generated an ID for us. So let's see if that worked now. If we just, okay, it still didn't work. So that means we need to refresh the gateway. Let's refresh that. Hopefully that data will come up now. Okay. Something's wrong. Let's recreate this table. Insert. Let's just see if the data is there first. I'm definitely sure the data is there. Yeah, looks like the data is all in there. Right? We just want to see if it's in the form. Data form. Display. Okay. Why is the form not showing? Alright, it's trying to fix the issue where there's no data showing up in the form. The reason that it's not showing up is because you need to have a gallery selected in the items properties. Yeah, so we need to create a gallery first. Let's go gallery, let's go vertical and use the sneaker data table as the data source. So you can see that it's coming up now. Oh, that's great. Close that, minimize this, gallery vertical. And then let's just have the title and subtitle. Yep. Alright, looks like it's there. It's a bit ugly now. Let's just move these around. Okay, let's rename this to sneaker gallery. Always have a good naming convention so you can find there later on. Let's make the width of the gallery smaller. Maybe let's have half the width, 300, and height. Let's also have half the height now, 250. Yep. Let's move it down, maybe height 500. Yep. Now it looks better. Yep. I know it's not the best at the moment, but you can always tidy up later on. Okay, so if you got to this step, you need to also in the items property also put in what is the item that you select from the gallery. So that will be gallery sneakers and dot selected. So that means when you select this gallery, it will pop up. So now you can see that, here we go. It's actually working now. Let's play this. Yep, cool. Right, now let's change the form to edit mode on this form. Let's go to forms. And instead of using the display one, we should use the edit one. Sneakers. All the fields that we require. And size. Yep. Looks perfect now. Yep, so that means you can edit the form. Okay, let's make sure that's somewhere down the bottom. Alright. Colorway, size, price, yep. and then let's just test it out first. Okay, cool. And remember, now we need to fix the items property of the form. We need to gallery sneakers dot selected. Okay, now we'll show up. Yep, cool. Let's play that. Okay, now you need to want to know how to add a new. Now we can add a sneaker, but we also want to have an option to add a sneaker. We're gonna have a plus button. We need to rename this to sneaker edit. Okay, let's add a plus button, icons, and plus. So I'm gonna add the plus button, and then once you click on this plus button, it's gonna take you to a new screen. So we're gonna put new screen, blank. Okay. Let's put new sneaker screen. Okay. And then we're also gonna put form. I'm gonna put edit form. Yeah, like we're gonna put brand, colorway, price, RP, and size. Okay. And we're also gonna rename this one to new sneaker. So we're just building out more functionalities in here. New sneaker, yep. And also we want some button like these ones. We could copy and let's go to the new sneaker screen and then paste it in here. It's Control C, Control V. That will add the screen. Let's change the text to add. Okay, cool. And the data source, yep. And let's save that so we don't lose this information. Okay, now let's, how do you transition from this screen to that other screen, right? You can use on select, transition. Alright, so we're back, so after that, on the on select of the plus button, you need to put new form. There we go. Form sneaker edit on form. Let's have a look. What's the sneaker screen? Okay, let's see if it's working. Yep, cool. It's going to the screen now. Yep. Okay, let's go back. Actually, I was put navigate. Put transition cover. That was it. Let's get this first sorted. Submit form. What is that? Form sneaker. And also we want to change form sneaker edit. Yep. Let's get this sorted first so we can edit the form. Select. So we're back here. You just put submit form. Sneaker edit. Alright, like this. Cancel is just back. Alright, let's put this. And then on the other screen, it's put here. Set this one up, back. And then submit form here, submit form, new sneaker. Okay, that should remove the error. Cool. So we solved that issue. Yep. So now let's try this out. Let's have a look at SQL Server here. The price 10. So let's if in case we want to decrease the price of a sneaker from 100 to 90, let's just test it out, see if it works. 100, now it's $90. Let's save that. Hopefully there's no errors, fingers crossed. Okay, looks like that's been saved. Now let's have a look, and I see it's $100 now. I mean, yeah, $100 before, and then, woohoo, it worked. It's $90 now. Okay, great. So that's the first step. Now we will look to make the new, if you want to add a new sneaker. It's going back to the main screen. Yeah. Okay, let's put new form. What's it called? New sneakers. No. What's the name of the form's new sneaker? New. Okay. Let's see if it worked. New form. Yes, it worked. So now let's have a new brand name. Let's put Adidas. Actually, it's for Easy. That'll be the Adidas Easy brand. Colorway chocolate. They have a chocolate colorway. Let's put that price as 700. Recommend retail is probably 200. And that's a good resale. As in the sneaker market, you can resell prices. People buy sneakers at retail price and then resell them. Yep. So that's why the price is high. And let's put size 9. And let's put add. Okay, so after that add, we should make it go back to that screen. So we need to change that as well. And submit form. And that after the submit form will be to navigate. Sneaker edit screen, sneaker dot transition, comma transition, screen cover. Let's try cover, just to get a feel of the different flavors of the different transitions that you get. Let's start from the main screen again. Okay, it looks like that. Oh, something's happened there. It's appeared twice, so we need to fix that as well. But first of all, let's show this up. Easy. Yep. So once you select that, you can edit the brand, or you can add a new one. So let's call it Nike KD for Kevin Durant, colorway Good Apple, price 200, recommended price 200. Okay, size 9. Let's add. Now let's see if the transition worked. Cool. Oh yeah, looks like this. Yep, this is kind of working. We just need to tidy this up. We just need to tidy the screen up. Rename that to the appropriate name. Having good naming convention always helps. .hit sneakers. Let's try to move this somewhere. Let's move this. Make it a little bit tidier. Okay. Item, maybe gallery. Let's fix this. Gallery sneakers default items. Yep, DB order sneakers. That's right. As you can see, it should be like this. Sneaker ID, primary key, yep. Save this app. This thing. Okay, now we got this right. Let's fix this one as well. Let's just comment it out. Gallery sneakers, yep. Okay, yep, now it's fixed. Looks like it was just a simple bug that data wasn't quite refreshed. Now it's fixed. You just comment it out, and that's how you fix the issue. Yep, and make sure you save the app. Alright. And now let's test our functionality. Now you can edit the app. For example, if you want to change Nike white, right? Let's change LeBron white. So LeBron James is one of the famous basketball NBA players. And then click on save. And looks like it's working. Saved. Chocolates. Yep, look, that's saved in there. Can we see if it's in the back end? Woohoo, it's saved in the back end as well. Alright. Well, this is going to be end of the part 1 session of these videos. Get ready for the next one that's coming up, and we'll talk about how we can clean this up to make a better app. Continue to work on this app and learn about the different functionalities of PowerApp and make everything look better. I think we made a great start. So we have 2 screens now. The edit screen, where you can edit the sneaker that you have currently in the database, and also another screen here to create a new sneaker that's not in there. So it's all interactable from this screen to this screen here, right? Okay. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next session that we will talk about how to improve this application. Thank you.